Hello and welcome to the channel. This is just going to be a collective reading for whatever we need to know at this time. For the collective, what do we need to know? What messages can we get? We have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So we have delusion, coming out of delusion. Things becoming more clear about what you'd like to manifest. What else? What have you been delusional about? What else do we need to know? For the collective. Queen of Swords, independence. Crossed by the Ace of Wands, new beginnings. So maybe you've set clear boundaries with those around you, starting new beginnings, making decisions, taking lead. What else? Oh, there's a few cards that just came out. Oh, crossed by the Tower. We have the Ace of Cups. Satisfaction, the Ace of Pentacles, growth, and we have the Hermit in reverse. So coming out of a period possibly where you spent time alone into a time where you're gonna really start embracing going for what fulfills you personally, going after your personal goals. And it's because of something that may have happened recently, some sort of tower moment. Okay, let's clarify what kind of delusions we're coming out of. Clarify the Seven of Cups, please. Why is that here? Oh, I almost got a bunch of cards again. Okay. So we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. So maybe you took a break to work on your personal stability. And that's why we're coming out of that now, because things are more clear. Maybe you've finally made some choices. And it's taken a while. It was crossed by the Knight of Pentacles. So it's something that's been drawn out, a slow process possibly. Why is the Queen of Swords here? Let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Keep going. Queen of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Wands. So two cards of conclusions, putting an end to things that weren't bringing in stability and abundance, putting an end to things, setting boundaries, taking control. So now let's clarify the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, Six of Pentacles. So balancing yourself out emotionally and physically during that hermit phase. Figuring out, making choices and letting things go that were delusions. Balancing out, maybe there was something that was really stressful, keeping you up at night, causing trauma, mental trauma. You're finally coming out of that. Putting an end to a lot of things. Let's get a couple more cards for this. What else do we need to know? So a lot of the things that you were putting boundaries up. Ooh, we got two twos, two aces and two twos. were in your personal relationships, whether that be romantic or even setting boundaries with friends, family, people that may have been attributing to that trauma and the stress. And taking initiative to start new plans with this Two of Wands. New people, new plans, after a period of keeping to yourself to sort your delusions out. Okay, let's get some advice for this reading. What is the collective advised to do with this energy? What's our advice right now? What else do we need to know? So there's something, this one's the dark moon or the past. So, and it's crossed by ring around the moon, protection. Placing barriers between you and things in your past for protective purposes, protecting what you want to manifest now, protecting where you want to go now. What else? There's more of those boundaries. Accept help. Oh. So we have accepting help crossed by taking the lead. So I see that kind of as a balancing with the Six of Pentacles here. Balancing when to take the lead and when to accept support is very important at this time. Because if we're setting boundaries and cutting people out, we need to make sure that that's in a balanced way, where we're not over, not cutting people out too much that we are not getting the support that we need. And also going forward with these new connections, new people, new relationships, making sure that we have the proper boundaries in place to prevent anything that could hinder the progress here. But also making sure that our boundaries aren't too strong to allow in that new support. It's all active balance. So, who should the collective embody at this time for this process? Ooh, there's too many cards. I'm going to redo this because it's just too many. Who should the collective embody at this time for this process? Oh my gosh, these cards want to come out. Okay, we have love is divine and I am nothing except love. Embracing love for those you're letting go. Embracing love for those you're bringing in. Embracing love for yourself. Always remember that. Even if things may have been, had a negative spin to them. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. And the story in this card, she gives birth to Jesus. And I think she was told beforehand that it was going to be a big deal because he's Jesus. And she had to own her courage and go through with it. So, with big goals comes big responsibilities. And have the courage. Let's get one more piece of advice, one more message for this reading, please. One last message for this reading. You are perfectly imperfect. So, balancing all this stuff out, creating boundaries, bringing in new things. Remember, it's not going to be perfect. You are perfectly imperfect. Don't be too hard on yourself. And let me read the message for that card. Because this deck is an interesting deck. We somehow want to be seen as perfect and with absolutely no defects, holes, or scars. But those imperfections make you more beautiful rather than less. They give you more empathy and more strength to face anything. When your heart is cracked wide open and the light finds its way in, that's how the song of our soul can flow into our lives. Crack wide open. Your pain has meaning. Your sorrow has held tremendous significance beyond what you may have considered already. Embrace it all because your healed wounds become a medicine our world desperately needs now. What greater meaning can I now see coming from my greatest suffering? So finding the meaning in everything that happened before is going to help get you to this new fulfillment and new growth. And it's going to help bring you into the balance that you need to move forward on the path. I hope you find this reading helpful. Thank you so much for joining today.